Hi guys, this week is Baby Loss Awareness Week. So we've decided to take a handful of topics that we feel are quite important to sort of discuss, talk about experiences, get out in the open. So my topic to talk about today is work. I'm going to base it on going back to work after baby loss, which is an extremely difficult thing to do. Two reasons. First reason is you step back into work and you've got those awkward silences, people avoiding you. It's just the typical avoiding the topic of conversation. People will say, "I'm sorry, you okay? Is your wife okay?" Things like that. But you could just see it in the face, the dread of being in your presence, really, and it's simply because they just don't know what to do, what to say, or anything like that. I did learn that your colleagues, the people you work with in day in, day out, you always assume that they're your friends. But it's times like this that prove that they're not. They're just colleagues. It's just they're just not there for you. I don't know whether it is because they just don't know what to say, but I just felt everything changed when I went back to work afterwards. And the second reason why it's so difficult is after the sort of your baby's born, and you go through the funeral and things like that. You get your paternity leave, you get time off for whatever reason. You get time off for bereavement. But in this time, this is when you form such a powerful, strong bond with your wife, your partner, and if you're lucky enough to have other children, this time was so special because we become so much closer together, and leaving that was incredibly difficult, especially for your wife, your partner. Certainly, my wife struggled because I'd been the support for her over sort of X amount of weeks, and when that's gone, it leaves them vulnerable, leaves them in the house with their thoughts, which can lead people into a dark place. I remember once I phoned my wife just to check that she was okay, and she was absolutely in floods of tears, and she kept on saying, "I just want to be held by you, just want to be held," and that was difficult to accept. Men, we love to be in control of things, and to hear your wife on the other end of a phone in floods of tears, knowing that you can't get to them, is horrendous. It really is. And if you were to ask your boss, "Can you go home because my wife's upset?" are they really going to understand? I don't think they would, to be honest with you. But unless you've been in that situation, you just don't know. Companies, they like to ease you back into things, give you reduced hours, things like that. But when you are back, I just feel that quickly they expect you to perform, and sometimes it's difficult just getting out of the bed in the morning. Really is. You're so busy with your thoughts, juggling all sorts of thoughts in your head, and it's really difficult to just to function on a daily basis, let alone go into a job and perform. Work can be a lonely place. You are sort of left to it, and I personally, I was driving a lot from appointment to appointment, and it was those sort of quiet times that your thoughts run away with you, and can possibly lead you. Well, it did with me. It led me into a dark place because you're just overwhelmed with your thoughts, and you can't put reasoning into your thoughts. You can't think clearly, which is very difficult, especially when you're in a job that you need to concentrate and you need to focus. I found that very, very difficult. Being a typical man, I would go home after work and don't want to talk to my wife about how I'm feeling, because of the fear of upsetting her. But looking back, is that the right thing to do? I don't think so. At the end of the day, you are in this as a partnership. You both been through the most awful thing that can happen to a married couple, and when one is up, one is down, and vice versa. You have to support each other. You have to talk openly about how you're feeling. That's one of the only ways you're going to get through this, is talk. But at the time, I just would want to come home and I just want to hide away, because how I was feeling, and I didn't want to talk to my wife simply because I didn't want to upset her, or I suppose pour your emotions out, which is very difficult. Again, it's the same for them really as well, because you come home and you know that they've been upset, but they don't want to burden yourself. But I'd always ask the question is, if your other half was, or your partner was very upset, and they didn't tell you, how would that make you feel? I don't think it make you feel very good. So just be open and honest with each other, talk about your feelings, because supporting each other is what's going to get you through this terrible event. So that's me on work. Hope it's helped somebody. Speak to you soon.